Hello everyone, I'm Jason. Today I want to share with you a Canva dressing workflow. It comes from a friend of me who works in e-commerce. He asked me if there were any clothing display pictures that could be displayed in any scene. Nowadays, many of them have single-person solid color backgrounds. It's similar to a display image like this. Then make another dress-up. This will definitely be very important for the selling point of goods or clothing. Not very good. Then I made a stream for him. Of course, I mainly share a way of thinking. A truly commercial workflow must be more refined. Before talking about this workflow, I will recommend a platform to you, because now the model and workflow have higher and higher requirements for locality. My workflow may cost about 16. Then this platform is Running Hub. Running Hub. It is capable of providing a 48K 4090 graphics card. This is perfectly enough for most of our workflows so far. Then, you will get 1000 points by registering through the introduction area. You can get 100 o'clock when you log in every day. There is a free quick creation here. Wait a minute. Yes, then there is a free quick creation here. Upload the picture here. Generate a video or the latest model like banana can be used. Of course, I will update the workflow regularly on my homepage. You can come here and give it a try. Now let's take a look at our workflow to get back to the point. First of all, this workflow is combined into one based on 3 processes. One is that we have thousands of questions to charm the scenery. This pattern raw picture workflow. Another one is the workflow of the one reward model that was recently released. Then the last one is a workflow using context. This 1000 question is mainly responsible for generating a relatively good-looking scene map. Because Chenwen is still much better than native Flux in terms of design and aesthetics. At least, I didn't think so well after actual testing. Not that oily. Then the one reward model is mainly responsible for this migration. The migration of clothing. What everyone has promoted recently is that it can rival our nano banana. That might indeed be very effective. Finally, this context is the main thing. I want to make it enhance some details and sense of reality. Next, let's talk about how this process works in detail. Then the first one is this process of asking questions. Here we mainly need to pay attention to the problem of this prompt word. Because this stream itself is relatively simple. So there is nothing to say. This is mainly the prompt word. The more detailed the prompt word, the better. The more detailed the description, the better. The more we can achieve the effect we want. Then my prompt words are mainly generated by DeepSeek. You can also go to DeepSeek after he was born. Then come here to fill in the machine. Just fill in here. After generation, you can see that after generation, we need to perform a picture deduction process. Cut off our clothes. Because this is not our product after all. It must be removed. So that we can handle it later. Then I am using the Sigma Anything Ultra VT Double node here. It can perform a masking process through our semantics. Then you can see that the result of the masking here is quite good. Then one point to pay attention to here is that we must perform a mask expansion slot. Because if we use native masks, if you directly connect to the one Rio behind to process it, a problem will occur. I'll show you the situation where this problem occurs. Everyone will find that if we are too careful, when the characteristics of our clothing types or our clothing are different, it doesn't really refer to one of our clothing situations. If we expand too finely, so we need to expand the mask here. Making our application area is equivalent to saying that our application area becomes larger. Leave enough room for modification for ARI or this model. This way it can refer well to one of the effects of our clothing. Then next is the reference for Redux. But this is an old friend of our early days. He can be said to be an old friend. What you need to note here is that you can actually choose a 512 model here. But it seems that my actual tests have not improved much. Not very big. If you say, especially when your product pictures are particularly clear and high definition. In fact, this impact is not too great. So everyone think about it yourself, whether to use the 512 model. Next is the model of this reward that has just been released recently. By the way, I also conducted a process of sudden push prompt words here. I'm using this from Jury Caption Beta 1, because this seems to be a better image inverter node I have used so far. Of course, it may have high requirements for our hardware. But it is claimed that the effect is indeed good. You can see that this is really good. It can help us better. It should be said that it helps this model understand some details of this dress. Then connect to the run reward. The run reward actually has basically the same flow as our flux stream. Basically consistent. Even the clip and vime model used are the same. Then there is nothing to talk about. It is generated, and you can see an effect generated by this. It's pretty good. This effect. At least it means that this character has not made any changes. Basically the same, this character. Basically consistent. That outfit can also be handled well. Including some details of the clothing. All can be done well. Of course, we can draw cards through some flaws. Let's draw a card to solve it. Or we can also improve the prompt words. In general, the effect of this generation is pretty good. Then, because of this one reward model. Probably, FPBUD requires about 11G. So I added an FPKK cake to increase its speed. Reduce the memory usage. You can see the conditions. See if you want to use this node. This is what we have been talking about before. Then next, we are here at this contest. Contest is also a basic rimmer. There is nothing much better. Mainly, I use these two. One is Laura of light and shadow, plus a Laura of detail processing. Combining this way will make our picture more literary and logical. More realistic. You can also see this. Basically, the details of this literature and science will actually increase a lot, including this light and shadow. Good. The effect is still very good. After the synthesis of these three streams. If you generate such a picture, if you use it to display it, it should be much better than a single person like us. Then this flow is probably like this. Then, I will be a regular model later. In different scenarios and different knowledge work. Everyone can look forward to it. In the later stage, I will share it with you. Thank you for watching. Thanks. 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 Please like it without hesitation. Subscribe and forward rewards support Minjing and Genjing columns.